Welcome to RIoT Startup Spotlight, where we shine a light on the visionaries and disruptors who are shaping the future. I'm Jen Morgan, and today we bring you an exclusive interview with Chris Bentley, founder and CEO of InfraTechDC. Hi, Chris. To begin, can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Yeah, Jen. Company's name is InfraTechDC. We were actually started as a technology distribution company, and have morphed into a liquid cooling company. Brought on some very smart individuals and have a direct-to-chip liquid cooling system that we're releasing specifically for data centers as they bring in more processing power for all the AI that is being adopted throughout industry.
That's really interesting. So, liquid cooling. What's your background? Like, how did you get into that? What are your previous experiences that got you here today?
So I'm lovingly said I'm a grunt. Infantry, uh, came from various different backgrounds and just started to get delighted with the advancements in technology in the data center industry. I guess I have my brother, plural brothers, to thank for getting me into that industry. They work for other. One of them works for another liquid cooling company, and one of them works for a major university in the IT field. And really, it was the science behind the two-phase process being used to capture this heat energy coming off the chips that brought me to where I am today.
So, out of all of that, like what made you decide to take this, technology and create a business behind it?
Well, really, it was the need for this advanced type of cooling within the data center industry, and also the fact that some others had already blazed the path. They've already done the work on the validation side, so I guess that makes that portion of it a little bit easier of a lift. Although the science behind the technology still did leave a bunch of work for us to do. So it's not like we got easy street happening over here, but that's really where. And when you look at the market and the need uh, for these kind of solutions as the market keeps progressing, it it was very apparent that something needs to be solved, especially when you're looking at the millions upon millions of gallons of water being used daily, the amount of energy that is being consumed by these traditional cooling systems. The industry just needed a better answer, and if I'm nothing besides someone who likes solving problems, I guess I wouldn't know a better way to describe myself.
That logic brain.
Yeah, it's yeah, my wife calls me Google. I really don't do anything until I'm asked a question, but then I just keep spitting out answers.
Always a good skill to have. As you've been building this business and on this startup and founder journey, what are some of the biggest challenges that you've come across thus far? And if you have overcome them, could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, of course. So really, one of the first things that was a challenge was surrounding myself with the right people. I'm not gonna profess to be PhD level of education when it comes to some of the thermodynamics and thermofluidics that are happening in our system. But I was lucky enough to find the right people to come with me along the journey. And yeah, some of the the challenges that we've overcome on that side really are they're formulaic. They can be solved. Some of the other challenges that we're working on really is the sheer barrier of entry into the space because of the expense of different things like sensors and things like that within our system because of the level of precision that these sensors need to have.
You touched on this a little bit about surrounding yourself with the right people, but could you tell us a little bit more about some mentors or role models that you may have had who have inspired you along this journey?
Oh man. Yeah, there are people definitely here in the North Carolina area, like George Wildman. He's former CEO of a company called Swear. They do it's an optical sensor. He's been absolutely fantastic. The team at RIoT, I mean, I can't say enough great things um, there. And then really, if you stem back all the way to I guess early childhood, it goes back to the upbringing that my parents gave me about resiliency and work ethic and really being able to ask those tough questions that a lot of people don't want to ask. So not to be cliche and say, my mom and dad, but uh, I'm going to be cliche and say my mom and dad.
I'm sure your parents appreciate that, and so we'll make sure to send them this interview for to get all the good brownie points as one of their kids. But as you have come across this journey and are continuing on it, what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs or startup founders based on your own experiences thus far?
Oh man. For the startup community, I'd say don't be afraid to question things. Um, the fact that, and especially, so it's difficult in a technical aspect, um, but looking in from outside the box, I think is almost like a superpower of mine. If you can identify these areas where you you can question the norm, but you can do it in a way that's informed. Um, do that. Do that thing. We need the innovations out there, and um, to other entrepreneurs in the area, surround yourself. I mean, I've already touched on it once. Surround yourself with a good circle. Really, the support network that you build is just as strong as the capital that you'll go out and find or that customer that will be your evangelist. That network is just superior to all that.
That's some really great advice. That's all the questions that we have. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today.
I appreciate the time and the invite, and look forward to doing more with RIoT.
Thank you. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks. You too.